Ladies and gentlemen, on the line, I have Josh from Valley Talk Radio. Let's get to know Josh, man. Where'd you grow up, dog?
I really grew up all over California, bro. A little bit of San Bernardino, the Coachella Valley, and San Diego for the most part. But yeah, I was one of those babies that was all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have parents in the military or anything?
Nah, not exactly. My mom my mom and dad happened to be in and out of jail when I was real young, so I was always going to different family members' houses, and one would live in San Bernardino, and then I ended up in San Diego and in Indio. So,
Damn. If you don't mind sharing, what was it like, growing up with parents who were in and out of the system?
I mean, during the time when you think about it, it's nothing really because, you're all around family, but it's pretty hard, You see a lot of people with their mom and dad and it's kind of different too. It's kind of different too when your mom and dad are in and out of jail a lot, because one moment they're like, kicking it with you, taking care of you. The next moment you got to go to grandma's crib and then you go back with mom's and then you're at your DS pads. But, thank God I had like a solid family that, held it down for me and, never said no to me. They always, took me in. But yeah, it wasn't easy, like looking back. But then again, when you're a kid, you don't really see none of that shit,
Yeah. When did you move to the Coachella Valley?
I moved out here when I was like, I want to say about sixth grade, middle school. My mom ended back up in jail, so I had to move with my grandma. And my grandma lived out here in Indio. Indio is like basically right next to Coachella. And yeah, I moved out here when I was real young. And that's kind of why I know a lot of people out this way because, I've known them since we was really little. And we all watched each other like develop and be who we are today. And but yeah, I moved out here for the most part when I was like really young. And then I moved out to San Bernardino for high school for a few years, like 2-3 years. And then my senior year, I came back out here and stayed out here. Once you come out here, bro, it's kind of hard to leave. You fall in love with the valley, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely love those sunsets, man.
Might be the tacos, bro. It might be the tacos.
Love those tacos too, homie. Hey, talk to me about grandma, dog. Was it hard for grandma raising you? Were you out, running the streets, going crazy, or, were you a pretty straight up, good kid?
I mean, I got in trouble here and there, but for the most part, I didn't, bring that much to my grandma. I was into sports real heavy, I was like one of those little top dogs. So I was always into sports or playing my game. But I did grow up in the hood and shit. So, there was times where we used to get in mixes and shit. But for the most part, me and both my sisters, like, we all graduated high school. My younger sister, who's like 2 years younger than me, she went through everything with me. She just graduated at a university in New Mexico. So we low-key turned out pretty good, actually, looking back at all of it. Shout out to my grandma, though.
Yeah, man. A lot of grandmas out there who deserve shouts out, man. So definitely shout out to your grandma, dude.
Facts, man.
Yeah, so people who aren't familiar with Coachella Valley, give them an idea of some of the cities and towns that are in Coachella Valley.
Oh, shit. There's a lot, bro. You go from Palm Springs. It basically goes from Palm Springs to Coachella. Basically, you got other cities like Thermal, but for the most part, you got Indio, Coachella, Palm Springs, La Quinta, Desert Hot Springs, Palm Desert, Thousand Palms. I think that's about it. Might be one more city that I'm missing, but it's all one big old little tiny valley. It's like a desert, little tiny desert spot.
Give me the good, the bad, and the ugly about growing up in the Coachella Valley, dog.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, the bad is there's a lot of gang banging and shit for sure. There's a lot of politics. A lot of people get in and out, and we're real close to the border, bro. So you got to think like a lot of like cartel mafia should be going down out here. That's not really on the news. So shit's pretty real out here. But for the most part, it's not really that bad, but it's not all that good. and there's not a lot for younger dudes to get into, you know. So most of the time when younger dudes can't get into, you know, no events where like music, sports, or whatever type of activities, they start getting in trouble too. But the good man, you got the Coachella Fest. The Coachella Fest is like the biggest concert in the world. So that's just popping. That shit brings a lot of money to the city too. You know what I mean? And out the events, you know, people hustling and people that are working there. People make a little good stack, but for the most part, what I love about it is you got so many dope celebrities, bro, that are rolling in during that time. I remember one time, bro, I seen fucking Justin Bieber at the fucking Foofer list, bro. Damn. That shit was crazy.
We have a similar story. Diesel. Yeah, I saw. Bullshit. I saw Justin Bieber walking out of a subway, dog, in Norwalk, which is a small city out here in L.A. It's crazy.
For real?
Yeah, just random. It's funny you said that because I saw his ass, and even the chick behind the counter was like, "Oh my God, was that you?" She was crying and shit. I was like, "Yeah, that was that motherfucker right there." He wanted his cold cut combo, dog.
Nigga, I was so high when I saw him. Like I was right by him. I was like, "Nigga, you Justin?" He was like, "Yeah." He just nodded. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like nobody really recognized that nigga though for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, it's pretty dope. You got the Coachella out here, and a lot of other good shit is the sports, man. We got some of the best boxers out here. Like I think 5 boxers are number 1 from out here. Fundora family, the Carrillo family. I think that's I want to say their name wrong, but yeah, we be fucking shit up when it comes to boxing. We got pro baseball players. You know, we got a lot of talented people though out here, and for the most part, and another thing that's bad also is the fucking heat. Like right now, it's like 110, bro. Ooh. Yeah, it's hot.
Damn, yeah, man. Well, talk to me about what the cops are like out there, dog.
The cops? Damn, never thought about that.
No, because you mentioned the gang problem, so I want to offset it with. I wonder, how the police are dealing with it out there. Do they fuck with you guys? I mean, are they pretty, for the most part, pretty cool?
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in no gang, but I mean, I know people that are affiliated and shit, and for the most part, I don't think there's a problem with the cops out here like that. Like, cause in San Bernardino, where I was from, like the cops out there are a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? But out here, I wouldn't say that they're not that bad, but I wouldn't say they're not that good. You know what I mean? I've seen a few things pop off, but I mean, it's kind of hard when it comes to dealing with gangs, bro, because you gotta, for one, protect yourself, but also you don't want to let someone else get hurt or something without you not doing nothing about it. That's your job. But yeah, man, shit. I wouldn't even want it. That's a tough ass job, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too, man. I feel you on that. I support the cops, the good ones, obviously, but that's a job that I wouldn't want to do. I wouldn't want my son to do because it's a lose-lose situation right now.
You want to know what I do feel like would help with that situation, though, is if we had more black and white cops, but not only more like, black and like Hispanic cops, but like motherfuckers that are from them neighborhoods and shit that, at least know shit. That know the people around the neighborhood, they be better to operate, because respect goes a long way, bro. Whether you're a cop or not, if a nigga respect you, they gonna keep it 100 at all times,
Yeah.
But some cops, they just jump in the game, and they got to be involved in some neighborhoods that they don't know shit about. And I mean, bro, it's like imagine you going to go party, bro, and you in a random neighborhood, like,
for real,
and you seeing a bunch of shit go down too, like.
Yeah. Valley Talk Radio. Are you the cat that wears the mask?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I love you. I love your shirts and all your whole logo and all that, man. That's dope. Are you a black dude?
I'm black skin. My mom is black and my dad was Mexican.
What was it like growing up as a mixed dude? Did you have an issue growing up as a black skin?
Hell yeah, bro. That shit sucked growing up, man. I mean, looking back now, it's funny, but hell yeah. I remember my friends, like, some of my boys that I grew up, the Mexican side, they used to call me the N-word all the time, bro. Just to, like, I'd be talking shit to them, and they would just start calling me the N-word, and, you can't you don't got nothing to come back with that shit, you know what I mean?
Or the Mayate. Did you ever get that one?
Hell yeah,
I remember hearing that. I can't lie.
Bro, I got Mayate. They keep calling me a and they would say it in Spanish. They would say more Spanish shit that I didn't know, and they'd be laughing, bro. And he's supposed to be my boy. They're like, yeah, man, fuck you, you know. But even my family, bro, like my black side, they used to treat me different because I was Mexican.
Damn, that's cold.
Oh yeah, they used to treat me different. Yeah, like especially when we used to play sports, like they wasn't on my level, bro. So they would always like, since I was a smaller one, they used to start fighting me and shit. And they used to talk shit, call me a wetback and all that. I mean, I got it bad growing up when I was Blaxican, man. And then you get put in the mix too, bro. Like when you black, like people look at you a certain way. And imagine being Blaxican, dog. Like you don't get it both times. You know what I mean? And it's pretty real, bro. That's why I always like. I tell people that have a Blaxican kid, like, hey man, you better, get ready when you get older, because it's gonna come. You know what I mean? Like, especially with bullying nowadays, like.
Man.
But at the same time, that shit makes you strong as fuck, bro. Like that shit, like I said, looking back, it's funny as fuck, but at the same time, it builds character and shit. Because after a while, you learn, like, man, them words ain't doing nothing to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm sure the hoes loved it.
Oh man, that's dear God.
Got good here.
It's on, bro. Once they hear it's a Blaxican, they know what comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and man, that's what I plan on doing with my show too. Like for season 2, I'm gonna have a lot more girls, and it's gonna be cracking, bro. Like we're gonna up the ante. We kept the PG-13 season where we're gonna go like mature. We're not gonna go rated R, but we're gonna go mature.
Yeah. I'm enjoying your content, dog. And like I said, your setup is nice. Your camera work is great. Your content is there. Your guests are on point. And that's why I reached out to you, man. And I encourage everybody out there to go to Valley Talk Radio on YouTube and hit that subscribe button, because I really think you will enjoy his content. But let's keep it pushing, man. All right, so Blaxican, huh? Okay, this is interesting. I would love to know your comments, because on the YouTube streets, this has kind of been something that's been bubbling a little bit lately. I don't know if you pay attention to what goes on YouTube and stuff like that, but I'm gonna just ask you a general question, man. I grew up in Long Beach, California, and where I grew up, everybody said this word: Asians, Mexicans, whites, blacks. But what are your thoughts on Latinos or Mexicans saying the N-word?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's a tough talk, because some people, not a lot of people are mature enough to have that conversation. And it goes both ways, bro, because, I know there's Mexican niggas that don't fuck with other Mexicans for saying that word, and there's blacks that don't fuck with Mexicans for saying that word. But it's a new day, bro. It's a new revolution. You know what I mean? Times aren't the same, bro. Like, you really think about it, black and Mexicans are the same people, bro. We all literally grow up in the same neighborhood, same street. We have the same slang, bro, and some of these Mexican niggas, bro, are riding harder with the blacks growing up, bro. And like, if you were like, let's be 100, bro. Like, you're not even Mexican, bro, but let's say you grew up with a Mexican dude since you was like 6 years old, right? Your whole life. You trying to tell me this nigga ain't gonna be saying nigga after a while?
Right.
If that's all he kick it with, and it's, but you got to divide the line, bro, because some people say it disrespectfully. They try to be slick and this and that. That's where you got to find the line of that shit. But some niggas is they just one of us, bro. You know what I mean? And that's just a new game. But at the same time, if there's somebody that doesn't want to hear that shit, like, you gotta respect the nigga if they say, hey, don't be saying that around me. You just gotta keep 100. Like, all right, my bad. Out of respect. But I don't know. I see people overdo it when they complain about Mexicans saying the nigga word. I like it. Shit. I ain't the only nigga that likes it.
I don't have an issue at all with it. And you said it earlier, man. You could tell when it's genuine, dog. You could tell when this person really grew up around, a certain element or certain community or whatever. And you could tell when they're forcing it. Like, some people say the nigga, and they might as well be saying Pythagorean theorem or something like that, because it just doesn't come out normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So, you're speaking facts, bro. Yeah. You could tell from the get-go if they be. It's kind of like when niggas say fool. You could tell when a nigga's being extra funny. You know what I mean?
Hey,
you could tell when a nigga's being funny, like, hey, fool.
Yeah.
What you doing, fool? But then there's some niggas that really say fool 24/7. Hey, fool. You know what I mean? Like, it goes both ways, bro. But like I said, some people ain't mature. Some people are not mature enough for that conversation, and it goes both ways. Me, I don't see a problem with it. Like, I hear it in music. I fuck with it, nigga. Like straight up, when I see a Mexican saying nigga, they one of us until otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I see some shit where I'm like, all right, you ain't one of us, nigga. Fuck that shit. Because, bro, we can't. One thing all races got to do, we can't selective politics, bro. If we have a problem with one, if we have a problem with one race saying it, you got to have a problem with every race, bro. White people, Mexicans, Asians, motherfucking Indians, Australians. You know what I mean? The list goes on, bro. But it goes both ways, bro. Like I said, it goes both ways. And like you said, you could tell when it's genuine respect, genuine coolness, and you could tell when it's off the wall. Like, hey, you know, sometimes those niggas be out of hand and they'll add that R, bro, on accident. Think we didn't hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. My thing is just use it with caution, man. I mean, look, I don't give a damn about it. My man Josh doesn't care about it, but you just may run into a black dude who, like you said, may have an issue with it. So, you know, just use that word with caution. I don't know, man. Just be careful with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on to something that near and dear to my heart. It was there for me when no one was there. It was one of my first loves ever since I heard NWA and Eazy-E and Fat Boys talking about hip hop, dog. Let's talk a little bit of hip hop, man, because I know that's close to your heart. You make music also, right?
Yeah, I used to make music back in the day. I used to make beats and shit, but I stopped doing that a long time ago. That's why I'm kind of musically inclined with a lot of shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I be in the music game. I got rap. I basically got my own rapping team right now. I got like 4 people on my team and shit. They're pretty dope. But yeah, as far as making music and all that, I don't do that. Sometimes I might freestyle if I'm high enough.
Yeah, I caught a couple of freestyles that you did. Did you post it on your IG? Who's your crew? Give them a shout out, man, so people could check out their music.
Oh man, shout out to my boy OZ, man. He's one of the coldest dudes I've ever heard, man. Check him out on Instagram, OHHDEE. He's hard, man. He be singing, he be making songs for bitches, hood shit. He go hard. Shout out to my nigga One Miss Call, man. He's hard as fuck too. He's been in the game for a cool minute. He took a little break, but a lot of people, you know, they're gonna see him on the up and rise. Shout out to my boy Angel Tiz. There's a lot of dope people. You know, I fuck with a lot of producers too, for the most part. Like, I got this dude Pharrell. He's like a little 18-year-old man. He used to make beats for Shoreline Mafia and AMBJ. A lot of verified artists. He got a lot of good songs with them. I got another dude named Bebel. Ooh, he's cold, bro. I'm gonna have Bebel send you guys some beats, so when you get rappers on your show, you know what I mean?
Nice, hell yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we got some. If you go on my page, you'll see a few rappers in there that I'm doing. But that's what I'm trying to do also too. Like, besides the podcast, is connect us musically, like with LA and the Valley, San Diego. Start making different branches, because I feel like we're all divided like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Man, more than ever, dog. Who's your top 5 dead or alive?
Yeah, rappers.
Yeah.
Shit. No order.
Nah, no particular order.
Dead or alive.
Could learn a lot. You can learn a lot from a person by asking this question.
Facts, man. I'm gonna have to go with my boy Nipsey for sure.
All right,
fuck with Nipsey, man. Gotta go with Nipsey. Tupac Shakur, of course. If you don't got Tupac in your top 5, you slipping, bro. You don't got Tupac. I got Kanye. Gotta put Ye. Ye's the GOAT, dog.
Yeah,
I don't think nobody's fucking with Kanye.
Musically
Kanye,
and everything.
I don't know about this new shit. This new shit, he kind of, fell off. J. Cole for sure. I feel like J. Cole might be better than Tupac now. If anybody's better than Tupac, it would be J. Cole. And I gotta add the GOAT, bro. Lil Wayne. Nobody's fucking with Lil Wayne, bro. That's the greatest of all time, man.
That's a solid ass list, man. There's only one thing, not one person necessarily, but Pac was in my top 10. He fell out of my top 10 years ago, man, because people. I know, bro. I actually did a show about this last week and got a lot of backlash from Pac fans. But look, I love Pac. I grew up loving Pac to this day. I listen to Pac. But when people like J. Cole have came around, people like Kendrick Lamar have come around, I'm like, damn, man. Well, this is once again my opinion. I feel like just like you said, I feel like J. Cole personally would wrap circles around Tupac. I feel like Kendrick Lamar would do laps around Tupac. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't know about Kendrick. I don't know about Kendrick.
That's why I love hip hop, though, man.
I fuck with Kendrick, but like J. Cole, I'll give you that. J. Cole would.
But Lil Wayne, I can't even lie, is one of the GOATs, man. And this is a 45-year-old dude saying that. So, you know, I was kind of out of the target demo when Lil Wayne was really, really popping. You know what I mean? But I see why
demo.
Man, yeah. Damn. Well, you know, unfortunately, you're almost. I mean, it's 18 to 34 is the target demo. So once you hit 35, the record execs, the A&R, they don't give a fuck about your opinion. They don't care because my age, I'm listening to E40, I'm listening to DJ Quick. I'm not even streaming the new music. You know what I'm saying? I'm just streaming the old shit. So yeah, I'm out of the target demo.
That real shit.
But I know Lil Wayne is one of the GOATs, man, and amazing wordplay, dude. And my older cats in my age bracket, they hated on when I used to say that about Lil Wayne, man. But he's one of the GOATs, homie. Real talk.
I grew up on Lil Wayne, like The Block is Hot. Like I remember buying the 500 Degrees. He had like a few good songs, and I remember I'll never forget the moment, bro. My cousin came over one day. He was like, "Yo, I got that new Lil Wayne, bro. This is gonna change the game." I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like the way he was hyping up, like Lil Wayne ain't like that. It was the Carter 2, bro.
Oh,
he was like, "Watch, dog, I'm gonna put this shit out, bro." He played that shit. I was just like, "Shit, God, like what the fuck am I listening to, bro?" Every song was just like, just straight. I ain't never heard bars like that. I was probably a freshman, bro. So who knows, like 14, 15, and every song was like just on a different level, bro. I didn't even understand the hip hop yet until I heard that album, and I was just like, "This is the greatest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro." And it was on some hood shit too, but you got some, Lil Wayne's so amazing and great, bro. It's like you got to really rewind his shit, bro, and play it back over and over to understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, man. That's a good top 5, dog. Let me see. I'm gonna just throw mine out there in no particular order. Nas, Andre 3000, E40, Kanye West, and let's go Sugar Free. Those are my top 5 right now. But my top 5 changes. You ask me in 6 months, that shit will be different, dog. My shit changes all the time.
It has to, man. That means that you're musically inclined. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't like people that just stay the same. Like me, bro, like I have a new favorite rapper every other week.
Let's talk about your show, dog. What got you into it? You know, who are some of the podcasters, YouTubers, or radio guys that inspired you?
Oh, man. Joe Rogan for sure, bro. Joe Rogan was...
GOAT.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. I studied that too, right? So I started working Grave, and the whole shift, I would just listen to Joe Rogan. I would just try to get as many episodes in and just study, and it just, Joe.
The problem is, that motherfucker make 4-hour shows. I'd be like, damn, dog, I can only watch one show a fucking day.
Yeah, no, well, I worked the whole 8-hour shift, so I would knock in like 2, and sometimes I would pause the show, go to a new one, and come back. You know what I mean? Switch it up. But Dan for sure. All the Smoke, man. All the Smoke is one of the pioneers for podcasts. I feel like, bro, they set it off. But I think $1 million worth of game, bro. $1 million worth.
I like what they're doing over there. I like what they're doing over there.
Yeah, bro. I think.
Shout out to Gil and Wallow.
Man, I hopefully one day, bro, if I get up there, I get to fuck with these niggas, bro. But yeah, they got the best podcast right now, man. And besides them, because I feel like they're kind of global, I would have to say, like, No Jumper, bro. Like, they're taking over. They're like, I don't think people realize how, like, not only popular and how much, like, they're kind of expanding, but, bro, like, their content is fucking stupid good, bro. Every episode is good, bro. Like, and you get it all, bro. It's not only raunchy, ratchet episodes. Sometimes it's just like funny ass shit. Sometimes it's like, you know, cool ass interviews, and it's pretty dope, bro. I fuck with that shit tough too. Like, I think in the future, No Jumper's gonna be like the greatest of all. Like, you know how Joe Rogan, probably like the greatest of all time. I think No Jumper might like pass them, bro.
Okay. Shout out to AD, all those guys up there. Adam, I have my personal feelings about Adam, but this isn't the show for that. But We'll talk about that in another show, or you can check out a couple of videos I've done on the subject, ladies and gentlemen. But what is the mission for your show, man?
Mission, bro. We just trying to be like, we trying to be up there with No Jumper and $1 million worth of game, and it's it's. I'm a one man army, bro. I do everything myself, bro. I do all the editing, the camera work.
I love it because I'm the same, man.
I do
good shit, homie. That's
yeah.
dope.
So you know so you already know how the blood, sweat, and tears that comes with it, bro. Like people, you do so much, people think you're a whole team, but it's really just you. And and when you're doing shit yourself, you can't think little, bro. So me, I'm trying to be like up there with a lot of other big podcasts. Like I've only been doing it like I'm barely going on a year. I haven't been doing a podcast longer than a year yet. Yeah, and I want to be up there with the Joe Rogans of the world, and But another thing I really want to do is create a platform for the Coachella Valley, bro, because we don't have one, bro. Like there's so many dope artists out here, bro, and people don't get. I'm not even talking about rappers. I'm talking about like
everything,
food spots, yeah, everything.
Barbers, boxers, I see you get them all, like, yeah.
Oh, bro, we got the best barbers, bro, hands down, dog. And I think in California, I'll put my barbers against any barber. We gonna try to do a little tournament soon, but yeah, it's crazy, but we don't have no platforms out here for nobody, and I'm trying to do that, bro. That's why I don't care who comes on my show, what you do, as long as it's dope and it's a cool story, and we could chill, smoke, have a dope conversation. You're invited. You know what I mean? Because I feel like not a lot of people have that out here. You know what I mean? And granted, I've been getting a lot of love and a lot of views and a lot of subs and shit. But I feel like that's not only for me, that's for everybody else that's in the valley, because it's not only my channel, it's the whole valley. You feel me?
I love that, dog. I love the niche. I love the fact that you're giving back to your community. I feel you said Nipsey's one of your favorites. I feel the Nipsey hustle in you with that whole last couple of minutes, man.
I appreciate that.
Most def, dog. Most def. You know what? Let's talk. Last question before I give you a chance to promote your show. Nipsey, one of the GOATs, man. What are your whole thoughts in hindsight of everything that happened with Nipsey? And what his legacy is going to be, and how this whole thing turned out with Shitty. Cuz in hindsight, what are your whole general thoughts on that whole situation?
I mean, bro, that's just people got to read. People got to see it for what it is, bro. It'd be your brothers or some person that'll end your shit like that. You got to watch out for everybody. And I feel like Nipsey had such a big heart. You know what I mean? He thought he was good, and look what happened. Cause damn, bro, like that fucked up a lot of shit. Nipsey was changing the world, bro. Like he was changing California, but he was changing the world, bro. Like even gangbangers stopped gangbanging for a little. You know what I mean? They just started being cool. Like he was changing the world, and it sucks, bro. That's just. I'm not even from LA, bro. Like straight up, I'm not from LA, but that shit sucks what happens, bro. Because not only music wise, like he was making people, like in his music, he was telling you like go out and hustle, man. Quit making regular money, double up, man. Invest and like believe in yourself, watch out for them snakes. And he was leaving messages that went over a lot of people's head. That's why I put him up there with Tupac, bro. You know what I mean? Just for the impact he did on everybody.
Yeah. Man, Josh, it's been a pleasure, dog. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, man. Y'all can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat right now. We're gonna move to Spotify and all that pretty soon. We just right now we're building up a new studio. We want it to look like, we're trying to have like the No Jumper look or some doper shit. But as soon as we got the studio running, we're gonna have a lot of more content dropping. We're gonna start doing reaction videos but yeah, we trying to get on all platforms, man. And so I didn't know you was in Long Beach, bro.
Yeah.
We got a link, man. You got to come over here. That's only like a 2-hour drive.
Oh, perfect, homie. Yeah, man, dog. And I'm always in Palm Springs, always, homie. I mean, that's one of my. I'm there at least 3 or 4 times a year. So,
what do you do? You come over here and party?
Yeah. Just stay with my chick on in Indian Canyon, a little rent a little spot that we rent out there, and just get crazy for a couple of days, man, and head back home.
Hey,
so next time I'm out there, bro? Link up, and I would love to come on your show. We'll set it up. I'll give you like a month advance or something like that.
This is what we gonna do, bro. Give me a month advance, and I'm gonna set it up to where we can hit every club in 2 nights, like two clubs in one night.
Let's go.
And we'll
man.
make a dope ass video, bro. We'll connect the LA and the Coachella Valley vibe, bro.
I would love it, homie. I'm 45. I'll be 46 by the time I probably see you. So my vibe is more along the lines of the little bars and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm down for some dive bars. I'm down for some good food. I'm down for some drinks. It's on cracking, baby.
Yeah, they'll have all that, bro. I'm going to pick the best spots, and they're going to know we're there, man, that we're going to make a video. People, that's what I love about out here, man. The DJs and shit at most of the clubs, they fuck with me tough, bro. So, like,
dope.
They let me do my thing and all that.
Hell yeah, man. I'm looking forward. I'm going to definitely make it a point to hit you up before I head out there. Well, Josh, man, thank you so much once again. Good luck in all your ventures, dog. His YouTube channel is Valley Talk Radio. I encourage everybody out there to hit that subscribe button on Valley Talk Radio. Follow him on Instagram and all that good stuff. I'll be in touch. All right, Josh?
All right, man. You take care, man. And
Peace.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, homie. You too, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, brother.
Thank you for tuning in to Dusty Vision TV. Please hit that like button if you have not already. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, you just might appreciate this bonus clip I'm about to play for you right now.
A lot of people with their career. DJ Pooh used to work for me. Sent him to New York to get with LL Cool J. But he was hired by Houdini to be the DJ for the Houdini Dancers, Cliff Love and Lance Roman. They were called themselves the All-American Boys. Daryl Pierce is Roger Clayton's first cousin, Uncle Jam's Army. They had a group. Daryl Pierce and Dwayne Simon had a group, and their group was producing this kid named Breeze. You ever heard of Breeze? LA Breeze made a song, Ooh, LA, California.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. The song that I recognize, I didn't know the name. California.
They went to one of the music conventions. They went to one of the music conventions at the time and had a bunch of their demos. Russell Simmons was there, and he was listening to tapes. Ice-T was there. He heard everybody's tape, and he liked the LA Posse sound. So he sent them to New York to be a part of history. They are the first group, West Coast group, to get signed in
no shit.
New York. Yes, LA Posse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because they ended up doing a lot of production for Russell Simmons. That I do remember.
Right, they did Houdini. They did a lot. They did I'm Bad album.
That's right.
And by them being good for
And Walk with the Panther. Walk with the Panther.
They didn't have the scratching. They didn't have a lot of scratching in their stuff, so they bought out DJ Bobcat.
That's right.
At the same time, they're about to go on tour and they're finishing up a lot of LL Cool J stuff. They ran into Pooh up at Def Jam because Def Jam was, going to sign DJ Pooh with the group All American. See, Pooh, what you doing out here? Pooh ended up coming to the studio and got down with them on a few songs. There's the Hotel, and Pooh was in.
That was my shit.
So Pooh, and then by me just helping Pooh get out there, that's a part of the history. King T was a kid. Used to come to my shop a lot, lying, talking about he was with Uncle Jam's Army.
Not knowing you were, huh?
I'm already in, all of it full-fledged, you know what I'm saying, with the stripes and everything, general stripes.
That's funny.
So we ended up putting him on, and DJ Pooh was working at my store at the time, so he started liking King Tila. They call him Tila. His nickname is Tila, but DJ Pooh gave King T that name, King T. So J-Roll from the Alcoholics would come up to the shop, too. Because I would have, I had a DJ booth in back of my store. We DJ parties all over, famous people, Bobby Brown and New Edition, John Amos. Anybody that was big back then would come to the shop and we would DJ their parties and stuff like that. So J-Roll from the Alcoholics came to us, who ended up being the Licks.
Of course.
They discovered Exhibit and all the other guys, that come along. Luke Pack, all of them came through the Licks. That's part of the Liquid crew. And it all came through King T. So I brought a lot to the table.
Did you grow up in Compton also, Scratch?
No, man, I'm from South Central, man.
Tell
you know
it,
what? I lived in Compton until I was 3 months old. Then I was out.
South Central.
Not by my choice. It wasn't like I just got in my car and rode. No, I grew up in South Central Los Angeles.
There it is. And you were in a crew with Sir Jinx, Candyman, and Johnny J. Rest in peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I remember
it was one part that we was it's crazy because it's one thing Easy used to always ask me, but we had a crew called what was the name of that shit? Busy Boys.
Okay.
It was Busy Boys. And what the Busy Boys, I mean, they rap. It was Candyman, my boy TNT, Jinx, you know, my cousin Lee, a few other people. And we was called the Busy Boys. But even like back in the days when it was like breakdancing and stuff, I was always like the DJ cat. You know what I mean? So when it was time to go on breakdance, you know, I would be the one with the radio and everybody else had a linoleum. You know, back in the day, you had to roll your own linoleum or put some, you know, cardboard down or something like that.
Yeah.
But the Busy Boys, they was rapping, but I was just always a DJ because I've been DJing all my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm 53 years old right now, and I started DJing when I was around really getting down when I was about 8. And that wasn't getting down. I just DJ'd all my, you know, people's parties. I knew how to put the 45s on the spindle, if you know about that.
Of course, I'm old enough. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 40s, man.
Yeah, you put the 45s on the spindle and they'll just drop. And they'll play the song, that song here, that one will drop. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that because I got a little component set. I saved up a component set, but I fucked around and I'm sorry, I don't know if I could say that.
Cuss all you want, man. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Well, I fucked around, y'all, and I got you know, I messed around and I a lot of time passed, but I wind up getting 2 Akai turntables. And they was belt drive. So I don't know, you know, DJs knew about belt drive and they knew about direct drive. And that's when I really started getting in. There's some more stuff that happened down the line.
I stayed in the group for the duration of my time at corporate, right? And eventually about 9 months go by, right? And this whole thing about the Department of Corrections realignment strategy started bubbling, right? And what that is that the California Department of Corrections had decided that it was in the best interest of the population and their department to mix the people that were in protective custody or sensitive need yards back with the general population. They called it realignment. So basically what they were going to do is they were going to throw everybody that had been in PC and all the guys that was in GP out on the main line together on the same yards. Now, what this means is that the guys who had went into protective custody because people out on the main line had attacked them, whatever the case, whatever it was that sent them into protective custody, now they were going to have to come back out into the general population and figure it out. This was the beginning of a major shift in the culture of prisons in California. Most prisons were resistant to this idea, the prisoners, rather, saying that them dudes come out of protective custody.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They try to send me to a yard, a protective custody yard, off of the main line. It's going to be bloodshed. It's going to be war, right? At this time, all of the prison gangs in California had reached a ceasefire agreement, meaning that basically a peace treaty in anticipation of the changes that was coming, right? So now you got historical enemies, Mexicans, blacks, Asians, whites, historical enemies for the last 50, 60 years saying they're trucing up in anticipation
for the change that's about to come. And so when they got to New Corcoran and they started saying, hey, yeah, we're going to bring the people from S and Y over here to B Yard. Mind you, all of New Corcoran is protective custody except for B Yard and C Yard, a level 2 and a level 4 yard, right? So these guys are saying, we're going to hold the yard, and when they come, we're going to blow it up and send them back where they came from. I'm saying a law just passed January 2018 saying that everybody under the age of 26 when they committed their crime is now considered a youth offender and will be going to the parole board on their 24th year in prison. Now, I went from 82 years to life to basically 24 years to life, right? So now I'm looking at the fact that I was never going to the parole board, right? Now I'm about to go. I got maybe, 10 years or less to prepare for this. And here they go with this realignment saying that they're going to mix all of these people together, and the guys in the yard are stockpiling weapons and making plans and strategies to attack their enemies. Man, I got to get up out of here. I don't want no problems. My life had been taken from me and given back to me, and here it was about to be taken from me again by just getting caught up in a wave of violence. Mind you, I already had like 5 or 6 felonies that can be counted as strikes, including a super strike, which is a murder. I get one more felony conviction in prison, that's a fresh 25 to life. On back of the youth offender day. This is trouble for me. So I'm thinking to myself, bro, I gotta get up out of here fast. So what I do, I said I want to go back to level 3, one of the yards where they're not mixing the populations, because they want to do this stuff down on the level 1s and level 2s. They hadn't started doing it on the level 3s and 4s yet. So I get 3 write-ups in the same month, December of 2017. I had gotten 3 write-ups to try to boost my security points up to back level 3 security.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
And the irony in all of this is that after the 3 write-ups, when I went to committee, they said you still got level 2 points once we calculate your good time this year. You're still going to be level 2. What are you going to do? I took a deep breath and a moment to think about it and told them, send me to CMC, the California Men's Colony, West, the level 2 yard. They said, why you want to go there? I said, so I can start my life all over again and participate in the self-help groups and programs that they have available to us there. They looked at each other in that room, the people that made the decisions, and they called me on my bluff. They said, we're sending you. So we pull up to CMC West, right, level 2. And there's like a little road that goes through the prison yard. This is something I've never seen before. You got to remember that CMC West was initially part of Camp Roberts Army, right? So it's barracks, old school barracks. It was also used as an internment camp for the Japanese during World War II, right? So we pull up in the West, right, going down the little road inside the prison, and I'm looking at all of these little barracks, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, man, this look like the projects in the South, little road projects. So we get off the bus. I get moved into a dorm. I end up going to dorm 6, reception on E Yard, right? And I had to really adjust because this was a different style of dorm. Like I said, it's a barracks. The only one in California, the only spot in California that was built like that. Everything wood, no bars on any window anywhere, no locks on any doors anywhere other than like administrative buildings, but no locks on the dorms. So you can kind of like go in and out, you know, pretty much all day, like at leisure. I've never seen nothing like this, right? So at that time, the dorms were packed. This is pre-COVID. We talking about, you know, it might have been like 82 people out of 90 bunks in the dorm at that time, right? So
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Let's talk about colors. So we see the Crips, right? SAs. The Bloods had more of a smaller role in this movie than I, as someone in hindsight, doesn't understand. I feel like the beef in the whole movie was more between the SAs and the Crips, because they were the ones going back and forth. You know, you had the Bloods, you know, you had High Top, right? Great actor. Another great actor. And Don Cheadle, speaking of great actors, Don Cheadle on the Crip side, Shotgun, great actor.
Colors, I'd moved to LA in 82 to go to school, to go to CalArts to study acting. I moved out here and I really didn't know anything about the LA culture. Day one, I got in my wardrobe and, you know, I'm all blued out, head to foot. And I'm sitting on this park bench and I'm just kind of waiting because we're getting ready to shoot. And this dude comes walking by and I'm just kind of looking at him, you know, like, oh, I wonder if he's an actor. No, he was not. He was not an actor. And he was not acting. Right. His name was J-Bone, and he was for real. And he saw me, and I just looked back at him, and he started walking, you know, just mean mugging me, just walking over to me. And I was like, damn, I'm supposed to be the leader of the Crips. Mm-hmm. I can't get punked day one.
Right. You know? Go to your fake game.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, wow, either I'm gonna die or this is gonna be a real interesting moment. So he just walked all the way up to me. He's like, what's up, cuz? I was like, yo, what's up? He's like, what set you with, man? I was like, well, what set you claiming? I was like, I'm just an actor. He's like, all right, I just want to see what the fuck was up. I was like, okay. And then he left, and I was like, wow, this is gonna be a very interesting movie. Right. And then it became, you know, then as things went on, we were shooting one day, and it was 2, 3 in the morning. Everybody's tired, punch drunk. It's the scene where we do the drive-by on the Blood. And I'm supposed to tell him to shut the fuck up in the thing, right? So J-Bo's sitting behind me in the thing, and we get ready to do the shot, and I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. And we cut, and he's like, shut the fuck up. You sound soft as sound like a punch, shut the fuck up. And so I'm like, no, we gotta do this thing for real. So then I was like, for real, J-Bo, shut the fuck up, for real. Right. He was like, what? He's like, I'll smoke you in this car right now. I was like, I'm about to get on the set of a movie for saying my lines as an actor in a scene. There were many incidents like that because all the extras were really Crips. Sean Penn as the cop who we all hated on the set. Right. Because he was always in character.
So he was Pac-Man for real.
Yeah, we hated it. I always wanted to see the movie of the gangbangers though. I was like, this is a cop movie, kinda. Yeah. I kinda wanna see the gangbanger movie.
But I don't know, the Bloods didn't really get a lot of shine in this movie, man. That's just my point of view. My favorite character has to be the character that Damon Wayans played. That boy was shermed out, humping Easter rabbits in the middle of a department store, bro.
T-Bone. I'm not gonna shoot you. Come on, everything's cool. Everything's cool now. Come on, let's go.
Get off me, man. Give me my rabbit, man.
Calm down.
Give me my rabbit.
Calm down, T-Bone.
Give me my rabbit, man. Punk, what's that? You couldn't get nothing home, man. Get off me, man.
There's your rabbit, T-Bone.
Yeah.
There's your rabbit.
Let's tell my T-Bone's in the house. In the house, baby.
Hey, man, give my rabbit, man. Hey, man, give my rabbit. Hey, give me rabbit, man. Hey, T-Bone in the house. T-Bone, give my rabbit, man. Give my rabbit. Yeah, that was a great scene. Classic scene. And that, you can't write that stuff. That has to be improv, bro. Like, you just can't write that. Give me my rabbit. Oh, one of my favorite scenes. Ooh, there were a couple as a kid. You know, not to sound too perverted or anything, but as a kid, there was a couple nudie scenes in this movie that I appreciated as well. Right? We saw a couple boobies and we saw a hairy muff. That scene right there was filmed in San Pedro, not too far from Long Beach, where they're walking the girl out with the hairy muff after they had just popped homeboy in the back, man. They shot homeboy, man, while he was banging down Rocket's girl, man. And then there was another naked chick next door, and she just had the muff, boy, and I was like, damn. She looked like she had let's see, what's a reference that I could use? Damn. She looked like she had Bob Marley in between her legs. Nah, that's not a good one. Anyway, it was beautiful. Very beautiful. Good scene, but good movie all in all. I think the movie tells a good story and it has a realistic ending. You know, they all died or went to jail. You know, they were all caught at the end after the drive-by and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we lost Hodges, man. Damn, bro, we lost Hodges. That was sad. I remember as a kid, I cried. I cried when we lost Hodges. He played a good role in that movie. But all in all, I give it an A as far as the acting and things like that. I give it an A for, unfortunately, spreading something that ended up taking a lot of people's lives. Tens of probably hundreds of thousands of kids all over the country, nay, all over the world, have lost their life because about 40 years ago, someone popped in the movie Colors and decided, you know what? Let's give this a shot. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And please hit that like button. Someone brought up the police, and it was almost like you were reading my mind. I think it was Slim. But what do you guys think about this aspect of it? Police are solving fewer cases as homicides rise in Washington, D.C. Only 75 of the 274 homicides committed last year have been solved by police. In the past 3 years, the overall closure rate stands at around 45%. That would be the lowest rate dating back to at least 2007, according to Metro PD. Now, nationally, the average clearance rate for crimes tends to hover between 50 and 60% of them being solved. Now, this is what I want your opinion on, fellas. You know, we have all this technology. We have cameras everywhere, satellites recording your every mood, and Alexas and Siri's recording us. And why do you think it is in 2024, with all that, cops are solving less and less homicides? Let's start with Avenue Trey.
I mean, all honesty, bro, I feel like this could be looked at two ways, but I'm going to just keep it short, keep it light. I feel like the police are just doing this because people had to defund the police movement. They're going to let people try to govern themselves until the point where it gets out of control, where they're going to use
myself, bro.
Advanced martial law. And they just going to come like a thief and then it's all up, bro. And then the other thing is, when you look at my city, D.C., and I'm pretty sure when you look at other cities like L.A., New York, and Chicago, bro, pretty much in all the major hoods in America, bro, they got camera surveillance, and niggas are still going ham. And the reason why the police ain't really trying to crack down on it as much, if you ever notice something, Chicago has a bigger murder rate right now. And you're telling me that all of these people, you know what I'm saying, daily, day to day, I don't know if you remember on Everybody's ID, they got this thing where they, you an organ donor, the ambulance ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the most valuable organs that you could put into anybody, that would be from black people. Now, what I find funny is we got, on one hand, we have a lucrative business to putting you behind bars because it costs more to send you to prison than it does to college, which is backwards.
And then they have the private prison industry. You know, that's making a killing right now, but they're not going to talk to you about that. You know what I'm saying? They're making bodies disappear. They still dropping more guns. I'm like, dude, none of these. I'm pretty sure half of these niggas don't own passports, bro, and they still keep getting
Uzis from China. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, bro. Like, you know, niggas ain't passport bros now. Somebody's giving us that, and I'm not trying to be on some conspiracy nut type of shit, you know. But I kind of find it funny. The government's been doing this shit for decades, and nobody keeps to get it yet. And it's like a pattern. You know what I'm saying? The shit comes and it goes, and it waits a few. Then they change the law here and there, make you feel like you won, and then what happens? They let it. They rinse, wash, and repeat over and over and over again. And it's just another excuse to put in another security measure to violate your privacy. You know, when you think about the computer nowadays, Dusty, everything on everybody is there. Even when you look at COVID-19, bro, do you know on your cell phone, whether it's an iPhone or Android, if you go to the little box on the very small, like at the bottom of your phone, and let's say if somebody got a mask on or a COVID mask on, all they need is to do facial recognition. They can identify you and then pull up all your social media accounts on Google.
That's scary.
Yeah. Now, when you look at COVID-19, what was everybody doing? Wearing a mask. Before COVID-19, nobody wore a mask. You know what I'm saying? So now, when everybody wears a mask, what happens? This camera surveillance and footage now knows what you look like with your face somewhat concealed. So why would they arrest you if they already know it's you?
The other side of things is this: you're dealing with a bolder generation. And what I mean by that is they don't care if they're being seen on camera. All right. Like, it's to the point now, they don't even, most times when they do shit, they don't even, you know, if they go through the proper procedures, like wearing masks and all that, they really don't care. It's like the way they roll is like they actually want to be seen. You know, they want their face to be shown on camera. They want to be recognized. And, you know,
that's crazy.
It's like they purposely, it's like they purposely want to get caught, you know what I'm saying, doing dirt. It's all for social media, you know? And at the same time, though, they actually want to, like, it's like they want to prove that they that dude and they don't give a damn and all this stuff. But, okay, you remember that video when Cowboy pulled his homie to the side because he was wall banging?
And you know, remind everybody.
Yeah, well, because Cowboy pulled his homie
from the 60s, right? We're talking Cowboy from the 60s. Yeah. Okay, I just want to let everybody know.
Yeah, and he was like, "What's this tagged up on the wall that I'm trying to buy? This property I'm trying to buy? Okay, what has any HKs done to you specifically? What has any Bloods or H-Trays done to you specifically? This, that, and third, and all that stuff." But you just put that up there and all that, and they see that. Okay, they're not even going to look at you as a factor. They're going to look at Cowboy from 6-0 as a factor because, you know what I'm saying, he's a well-known face and all that shit. But the point I'm trying to make right here is, okay, nowadays people are really just trying to do anything just to get recognition and all that, but to get actual recognition in the street, there's a certain way you gotta do certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, people nowadays they record themselves doing the crime, you know what I'm saying? But they just always forget that, okay, you record yourself doing the crime, but you realize a lot of these phones is police tapped. So you really just gave the police all really more than the information that they need to lock your ass up. So, I mean, what was really the whole point of doing that shit? Last I checked, niggas moving silence.
That's how I was raised, and I'm a civilian, dog. Just move in silence. If I ever do anything, dog, I'm doing it by my damn self. You know what I mean?
hey man, you know what I'm saying? The ones that are loud and all that stuff, they really don't really make it to see it that long. That's all I gotta say about it.
I want to discuss some of the things that you have going on. You have a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you sent me some news articles. You sent me the book you're working on. Talk to us about what you have going on, and if there's anything you want to promote, I want to make sure we get the word out there for you. So the floor is yours. Talk to me about what's been up with Corell Thomas lately.
First off, I just want to say thank you again, man. I can't thank you enough. You know, Dusty Vision TV, man. I can't thank you and Terry enough for inviting me, you know, and giving me an opportunity to be heard. So I salute you, man, and I thank you.
Salute.
From the bottom of my heart. You know, when it comes to the kids, you know, leaving the prison I was in, going from death row to Centinela State Prison, and then here at Donovan State Prison or correctional facility, I picked up some tools along the way, and I carry these tools in my tool belt. And one thing I learned over in Centinela that I brought over here, you know, becoming a facilitator of a life skills class, you know, I reach out to the youngsters in here as well. I don't just do it here on this, you know, platform or in my article, you know, writings and all that kind of stuff, but I do it here personally. And the disconnect is troubling, you know, and we just had a class the other day in my life skill class, and I was sharing, you know, with the class, the difference between life without the possibility of parole and the death penalty. Life without the possibility of parole, you know, they want you to sit in a cell and until you die, you know, whereas the death penalty, they have a plan. They want to strap you down, you know, inject your veins with poison until your heart stops. But also one of the big differences a lot of people don't understand is that with the death sentence is the only sentence where the state that carries it is mandated to provide you with representation from start to finish. This is where California is lacking. And with a sentence of life without the possibility of parole, they don't have to do it. So, you know, the youngsters don't understand out there these days that picking up that gun, listening to this music, and emulating these stars, these entertainers, picking up...
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
You know, picking up these weapons, all it takes is one murder to possibly make you eligible for the death penalty. And when I was speaking at and speaking on some of the special circumstances that they have, you know, drive-by shootings, lying in wait, multiple murders, you know, even overkill, you know, robbery, murder, you know, all these different things. You could shoot into a crowd of people and kill two people by accident and end up with a death sentence. These youngsters don't understand that today. And so I am starting a little group here where we're going to try to connect from the top sentence being the death penalty all the way down to the guys that's going home and have some kind of education where they can, those that want to learn can understand what's happening out there, why it is that you're only one decision away, you know, from being in a situation like this. With all of us here, with these different ranges of sentences, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for, you know, people to learn, you know, what not to do as far as crime, because crime doesn't pay. There's always a different alternative. There's always something better to do. So I got that for the youngsters out there, man. And as far as what I'm doing, I'm going to continue with this book. I need to get this word out here. You know, I've been doing interviews. Like you see, I don't know if you've seen the BBC interview that I did, but
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
the one from The Guardian. I'm on the podcast with the governor as well. I've been on the true crime podcast, and I've been invited to. I believe I'm getting ready to get on this podcast with this attorney Allie. She's out of Philadelphia, and she's featured on Court TV. I did a live talk with her. I was a part of a live talk with her, and I've been invited to do a show with her on her podcast. So I'm actively seeking help, and what I mean by help is legal representation. And I'm out there. I'm out there to help, to give back to the people, man, the people that need it.
That's beautiful, man. I'm here to support your mission, and I'm going to make sure my channel and my platform does everything we can to get your word out there. Now, this is all about the kids. When I started this segment of my channel, it was to save lives. I see a lot of us just taking each other's lives out in the street, and it's something that I feel a lot of people don't bring attention to. You know, when outside sources take our life, you know, we're up in arms. But when it's us doing it to each other every day in hoods all over the country, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and just add that up year after year, it's a lot of black and brown people leaving this earth. I would like for you, Corell, to talk to these kids who are going down the same path. They're impacted by certain elements in the areas that they live in. Talk to them and hopefully steer them in a different direction so they don't end up in the position that you're in right now.
Yes, sir. To my young bros out there, you know, what I got to say, man, is I'm speaking to you from 29 plus years of being behind the wall. 26 of those years in prison, 23 of those years on death row, physically on death row, and I'm still an active death row resident here in another prison, so I still have a death sentence. And what I would say to you is stop. I'm asking you to stop because it's not worth it. You know, a person once said to me, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze. And I'm telling you, the juice is not worth the squeeze, meaning if you're out there actively gang banging, wanting to join a gang, or hanging with individuals that's doing, you know, committing crimes, criminal activity, and all that, I advise you to shut it down and go the other way. It doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't make you weak. To live, to grow another day. There's always something else out there for you, man. And educate yourself. You know, educate yourself. You know, being able to educate yourself on what's going to happen to you should be a deterrent from you actually doing it. You know, because if I had someone that was talking to me at a young age and not just saying, don't do this, don't do that. You know, someone to really sit me down and explain to me what I was doing or why it was a bad idea, I wouldn't be sitting here today. So I'm saying to you, as someone that's, you know, been behind the...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Literally fighting for my life, don't do it. And bro, if I could, I would like to just plug the Relax and Breathe. And I just want to give a shout out to my boy Rock Muhammad. And you guys can get I have t-shirts. The Free Corell Thomas movement is going on right now. I have t-shirts and hoodies. You can get them on the site. Relax in breathe. That's RELAX. The letter N. The word breathe. BREATHE. Square. Site. And you'll see the hoodies on there and the t-shirts on there. And I really appreciate it if folks will check it out and grab one, you know, and show some support to the boy, man. We pushing hard. I appreciate you, bro.